Hello and welcome to today's Painful Thought. Today we return to our journey on life's painful thoughts. Painful Thoughts, Book 1, Growth Requires Sacrifice. You know, we talk about growth like it's this inevitable, always positive thing, but if we're really honest, it's rarely that simple. Growth usually asks something of us first. It requires a trade. Meaningful progress almost always means letting go of something, comfort mostly. Those old habits we've worn into a familiar groove. Sometimes it even means outgrowing certain relationships or ways of being that just don't fit who we're becoming. Sacrifice isn't a fun word. It sounds difficult, and honestly, it often is, but it's not just about loss. It's about clearing space. You have to make room for the new thing, and that means something old has to go. To grow, you might choose to give up a short-term pleasure for a long-term goal. You have to face challenges that really test your patience, your resilience. They can feel daunting in the moment, absolutely. But they are what pave the way for a real transformation. They help you realize potential you didn't know you had. I think it's helpful to remember that growth isn't just about addition. It's not only about gaining new skills or insights. It's also very much about subtraction. It's about shedding what no longer serves you, the outdated story, the defensive behavior, the comfort zone that's become a little too small. Research in psychology often frames this through the concept of goal-setting theory. Locke and Latham, 2002, spent decades studying how we achieve difficult things, and they found that committing to specific, challenging goals is a powerful driver of performance. But that commitment, by its very nature, involves a shift in resources, time, energy, attention away from other pursuits. It necessitates a sacrifice. Each choice to let something go is a step. It's a step toward a more authentic version of yourself, even if the process feels uncomfortable. Every step forward requires leaving something behind, and maybe that feeling of loss isn't a sign of failure, but a sign of progress. It's a tricky balance, though. Not all sacrifice leads to growth. And it's important to be wise about what you're giving up. But often the thing we're most afraid to release is the very thing holding us back. Personal reflections. Can you think of something you've already had to sacrifice to get to where you are now? It doesn't have to be huge. How did that specific choice ultimately shape your perspective or your capabilities? What's one comfort or habit you're holding onto right now that you know, deep down, might be limiting your growth? What makes it so difficult to imagine letting it go? Imagine your life a year from now. What is one thing you would hope to have achieved or become? What current behavior or commitment might you need to sacrifice to make that future a reality? Think about a time a challenge tested you. What did you have to give up during that time? Perhaps a sense of control or free time. And what did you gain in return? How do you tell the difference between a healthy sacrifice that leads to growth and simply depriving yourself of something valuable? What's your internal barometer for that? Thank you for watching. Please like, comment and share. Until next time, I wish you less painful thoughts.